Now I'm in front of the microphone. Well, whatever. No one's watching anyway. So what's going on?
I thought there was something wrong with my headset. I was like,
No,
why can't I hear Jerry?
I was just looking into the camera
Yeah.
and we were talking and whatever.
So, I was thinking of this recently. There's on the boardwalk in my town in the summer, they put up these like old photos from town. It's
Right.
really kind of interesting to me because they're like they're old. And there's one that I saw this morning while walking my dog. It was Babe Ruth visits Bradley Beach.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it was Babe Ruth visiting Bradley Beach. He was there, pictured with the mayor in 1926.
Yeah.
I go, okay,
Almost
that's
100 years ago now.
99 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'll be 56.
Right.
So that's really only halfway, like double my life.
Yep.
And yet, if you think back to 100 years ago, it seems so
Oh, God. Yeah.
different.
Yes, of course. 100 years ago, people, the car, and not everybody had a car, number
Right.
one. The ones they did have looked goofy. There were horses walking around the streets of Manhattan. Yeah, it's very different.
And I see all these other things like Bradley Beach used to have a lot of hotels. It was
Right.
like one of these shore towns that had, we have no hotels now. But I'm like, and I'm seeing the pictures of them, like, where were they? Like, is my condo where a hotel
It's
was?
possible. Yeah, it's very possible. How many, when you say they had a lot of hotels, was it like Hotel Alley, like Atlantic City?
No, but they probably had like
Wow.
3 to 4, a good, decent size
How
hotel.
the hell did they build them?
That's the
Like,
other
that
thing.
amazes me.
That's the other thing. The way the buildings were constructed compared to today,
Right.
which is like crappy
in a lot of
construction.
cases cheaply.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. We're trying to do it more cheaply.
Yep. Maximize profits as opposed to being safe.
Yeah, and I think like back in the day, it was like we are going to make a beautiful building
Yeah.
that's going to stand the test of time for a very long time.
It's pretty wild. I love old photos.
Me too.
I think it's very a snapshot back in time is very neat.
And I try to picture like what it was like to live back then. Like even just like we even talk about like in sports, like people would wear a suit to the baseball game.
Sure.
All these pictures of people on Bradley Beach in the 1920s, and they look like they're wearing wool clothing. The men are there's a guy in a tie.
Mm-hmm. But that's how you dressed. Like that was the clothes available to society at the time. The Under Armour gang weren't around yet. Nike, Phil Knight hadn't been born yet.
And
It's
yet
crazy.
And we still knew, like, because we got hurricanes and bad
Sure.
storms back then along the coast, to build places that would stand the test of the winds and all this.
Well, I'm sure along the way that there were some, I'm not saying in Bradley Beach, but
Oh,
I
sure.
guarantee you there have been structures throughout the course of time that were built on the wrong spot and people found out the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure there were, engineering mistakes made. That's how you learn. The problem is when you make those mistakes, people die.
Yes. I know, like, if you go to, like, buy a house, you want, like, oh, well, give me a new, modern, but there's something about an old house
Yeah.
that has been sitting there
Mm-hmm.
for 100 years where you go, I think I trust this home to still stand for another however many long.
Well, I've
Years I
told
have.
you, and it's not my last house was not as old as Gina's by any stretch. Hers was from the teens or 20s.
1922.
Right. The last house we were in was built in, I think it was 1952, I believe. And I will tell you, no matter what the storm, you didn't even hear it. Like it was that house. I don't know what they made it out of, what type of wood or concrete they used, but that thing was sturdy. The house I'm in now was built in 1980, I think 85, I think. And while I like it, it's a bigger home, much bigger. All of that's wonderful. Pain in the ass. It doesn't feel as good as the other one. And that 30-year difference, I think, is a big deal.
I remember reading something or hearing from a construction person that they told me. Now, my condo falls into this category, unfortunately,
Okay.
where they go, don't buy anything that was built in the 90s. Because I feel like that's when these people feel like they used cheaper materials and tried. And I guess maybe there was a boom where they were building a lot of places. So
Yeah.
it was like
Buying in bulk.
Yeah, and then like not being super, making sure everything was 100% correct. It was just like, let's get these up and let's move on.
My guess would be they were still hitting the proper legal standards, but probably at the minimum. So if you had to use a grade of lumber, I'm just making stuff up here because I don't live in that world. But if
Yeah.
the passable grade of lumber allowed by law was say grade 1, but grade 4, you're going to build a sturdy house, but it costs 2 times as much. Which one do you think they were going to buy?
Cheap one.
Right. Whereas maybe 50 years ago, that cheaper grade of lumber wasn't available. And if you were going to buy a house, you had to buy X.
Right, you had to buy the
Right.
solid lumber.
Right.
Yeah. I know, I would love to go back in time to some of these old
I
photos. Like,
know.
how do we get back there?
You don't. Unless you can find Doc Brown and the time machine and the DeLorean. I don't know that you're going to be able to do that.
There's also, like, Facebook. I don't know what happened with Facebook, but it's they're feeding things now, like, you're not seeing the people you follow even on Facebook. I
Oh,
know
really?
they did this to Instagram. It's the same company, so Facebook is doing it too, where they're just feeding you things they think you wanna see.
Interesting. What's the point of following someone then?
I don't know. But the stuff they're feeding me, for the most part, is stuff I wanna see. They're giving me, like, old pictures of Asbury Park. When I say old, I mean, like, 1978.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Asbury Park in
Yeah,
1982.
yeah, yeah.
And even those look so old just 40 years ago.
Yeah, but it's 40 years ago. And you
Yeah.
think about how far we've come now with the pixels and the digital cameras, how clear everything is. You go back to film while it was great and durable, it was grainier. It wasn't quite as good unless you had a really good camera. So those photo and time, you know, kind of makes things look older than they are.
The other thing I think back on when I see these old pictures is like, you had to be prepared. I'm going out and taking a photograph today. Like, you had to
You had
bring
to have a camera.
a big
Yes.
camera back then.
Yeah.
And to go out to purposely, like, Babe Ruth is coming to town.
Be ready.
We're bringing out our big camera.
And you better have film.
Yeah. And you make sure the lighting or you use the giant flash that explodes.
Think about how many people took photos, went and got them developed, and there was nothing there.
Yeah.
As opposed to now with our cameras, take 19 of them to make sure you got the right photo.
Hey, were those Babe Ruth photos? Oh, they
Uh-oh.
and there was like I remember this because in 1976 I was 7 years old. The bicentennial was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's a picture of the bicentennial train that like went across America.
Yeah.
And it was the bicentennial train stops in Bradley Beach.
No kidding.
1976.
So you have a tree. I didn't realize there's a train line that runs through Brad. Is that what New Jersey Transit runs through?
It does run through there.
No kidding. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. It's the New Jersey coast.
Yeah.
If you take the local,
Yep.
you'll hit all those. Like after Long Branch. Long Branch is like the big.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can go Bayville, right? Isn't that the furthest you can take New Jersey coastline?
I'm not sure, but that sounds right. I feel like I've heard that over the
I
loudspeaker.
think that's the farthest but I think you have to switch at Long Branch to get it. I think.
Yeah. At Long Branch, you could switch to things,
Yeah.
and you could switch to something that would get you to
Atlantic City, I think.
Yeah, but it'll pass Bradley Beach.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
All those little towns. Belmar, even has like a train station.
Yeah,
yeah.
But that would be cool seeing the 1776 train roll through.
Yeah,
that must have been the type of thing too. I would think that families got all dressed up to go see.
Yes,
like that's a thing.
And when I think back on those, is like, how did they make it so their cars survived the winter or their homes? Like you had to prepare for like a car. I worry about my car starting in the winter,
you gotta get
which
over
is
this.
crazy. I understand.
I know.
But here's these people in a Model T Ford.
Well, I agree with you there.
And you're cranking that up and it's starting in the winter?
I would even go back to the 80s. I don't understand how they started.
Yeah.
Now, these cars are built and these engines are just unbelievable. Literally, these engines can start when it's minus 50 degrees.
Yeah.
They'll start right up, which is incredible to me. And the fact that the cars don't melt when it's 105 degrees.
That I don't get.
But they don't. And the plastic is built to withstand temperatures of 200 degrees.
Yeah, my dashboard, you're telling me is not melting?
It's not.
My Easy Pass sitting up there, it just in the sun.
Do you think when they put leather in the car the first time, someone in the summer got into it with shorts on? Holy crap! Burnt their legs.
Well, they also used to talk about how the whatever the belt buckle, the seatbelt buckle was made of,
that would burn
get
too.
They would get red hot. You burn yourself on that.
No doubt about it. But
now
it is.
like
but
plastic.
all of that stuff is very cool. And how about you ever see photos of like Sunday masses from like the 40s and 50s, even the 60s, and where like mass is packed You go to a Sunday mass these days. I don't go anymore. We used to. They're not exactly ain't full.
Not only were they packed, like the beautiful church, and a lot of those churches are still
Oh,
standing. The
sure.
ones that are just
With the
like,
glass windows, the
oh
stained
man,
glass. Yep.
and then
Beautiful.
all that wood inside.
Very really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like it should be like when you look at those old photos, it should be more than like your like if I look back just on I was born in 69. So if I saw photos from 1969 where I was alive,
Yeah,
it looks like it's in like not black and white, but
it could be.
like sepia,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sepia colored ones. That's what it feels like life was like even then.
Well, even when you think about the 1950s and the 60s when the neighborhoods were being born and the suburbs were starting to explode, and you had the all-American family with the dad who went to work and the mom was home and the daughter and the son, and there was your maybe even another kid, there was your perfect family, and they got the bright, vibrant colors, "Come live here."
Mhm.
And it's funny, over the years, we've gotten much better at a lot, but there is the deterioration of the extended family.
Oh yeah.
I remember growing up, every Sunday was dinner in the house. We didn't have anybody really come over. It was just the 5 of us for the most part, 'cause I have an older sister as well with my brother, but we got together a lot with extended family, at least once a month, I would say. Now it's basically weddings and funerals. It's
Yeah.
the only time you see them.
Are you a middle child?
I am.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Look at us, Jerry, middle children.
Middle child. I think Eddie is too, isn't he?
I'm
Or is
not
he the
sure.
youngest? I
I
know he's got
think
an older sister,
he's
does he not?
I think he's the youngest. He
He's the
definitely has
youngest.
at least one older sister.
Okay.
He's definitely I do believe he is the youngest, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah. They say middle children try to keep the peace.
That's yeah, it's
Do you think
probably
that was true?
probably true, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I really haven't had much peace to have to keep, I would say. But yeah, it's probably true.
I think the oldest child is the one who gets in trouble the most because they're,
First time through.
yeah, first time through, they're testing the waters. Like I watched my older sister get in trouble. So I
Sure.
was like, okay, I won't do those things.
Either that or if you did it, your parents didn't care as much. They
Yeah.
did, but not as much.
Right. Because
And you were a boy,
I was a boy, definitely.
which you can say what you want. That is true.
It was weird. Like, I feel like I caught on to what annoyed my father, but my sister never did, even
I
though she was the
She
one
did.
causing the trouble.
No, she did.
Like, how do you not catch on to that?
They did.
They didn't care?
I think
These first children,
given
firstborns?
I would say given my experience when we were kids, the way my sister and my mom used to battle over things that even I knew you shouldn't be doing or saying. Given the way I've got a good handful of friends now whose daughters are all between 17 and 20,
Yeah.
seeing the way they are now battling with their moms, and it's the same. They know what they're doing. I just think it's a game in a weird way.
Yeah.
And I don't think guys, men, we don't think we're not that way. We're all wired different. There's a reason Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus is a best-selling book and will continue to be. Women are different, a lot different from men, and relationships are different. Like, for instance, I would think, I could be wrong, but I would think in a lot of cases, if let's say your sister has a friend, they think they're pretty tight and they kind of drift apart. Then all of a sudden one day she chimes, like, what does she want? Like, you'd probably be pissed off. Like, where'd you go? Guys drift apart. Like, hey, how you been, dude? Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Like, it's just different. At least that's been my experience with the people I know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. My father would hate, like, if you lied to him. He was very big on that. And my sister was so bad at
was
it.
she really?
I'm like, how are you not catching on to this?
Wow. Well, she thought she was going to get away with it.
Thought she was going to get away with it. Yep.
That, or she was really just trying to dig in.
So you think maybe these older siblings, it's part of the battle. They kind of like testing the waters.
I think, yeah, I think they're the mature, the older one in the group, so they feel like they're an adult. I know even to this day, my sister will, she'll always with a smirk bring up my curfew when I started driving was 10 and you and your brother were midnight. Like, and I know she's joking, but I also know if you go back to that time, it bothered her.
Yeah.
And then when my parents were more flexible with us, I know it bothered her. Like, what the hell? But I don't think it was the fact that it's just, she was the oldest and they were first time parents, didn't know what the hell they were doing. And I can see it now too. My older son, we've been relatively free with him. Like he's been a good kid, so we don't. But there are times like, hey, can you come in a little earlier? My younger guy might be like, I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know. I'm
Right.
not sure.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know. You're going through it for the first time, and you only go through it once.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's just raising kids is interesting.
Yeah,
Very
because
interesting.
you are at it. Yeah, right. The first child comes through, the parents are at a certain stage in life. Then the second kid comes along, the parents are at a different stage in life, perhaps.
Absolutely can be, unless you're having kids a year apart. In my
Yeah.
case, my boys are 5.5 years apart. So my sister was 6 years older than me. So it is very similar in that
Yeah.
regard.
And then your brother was how much younger than you?
2 years.
Yeah, I have my sister was 3 years older, and then my other sister 4 years younger.
Oh, okay.
So
It's
I
a
was
nice
a
spread there.
yeah, I was a freshman in high school when my older sister was a senior, but
Okay.
I was never in school with my younger sister.
Got it. You were getting out as she was going in.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it.
Mhm.
How about that?
Speaking of Facebook, which I did before, Jerry, telling you about all these old photos I've been seeing, there's also a couple of weird scams on Facebook.
Only a couple?
Well, they're very similar, and they've been like all over my timeline now. So the first one comes up, and it's a guy posting. He goes, "Hey, my my nephew works at Guitar Center, and they got all these Gibson guitars that they need to get rid of because the new Gibsons are coming in. You can get one for like $12 right now. All you got to do,
$12.
yeah, 12.50, $12.50. All you got to do is if you just fill out this survey, they're giving the guitars for 12.50, and here's the link. And then under it, because I was like, oh, I can't wait to see the comments, all
Right.
scam. Under it is hundreds of comments that also have to be fake of just got mine delivered yesterday. This is so
Oh, wow.
awesome. Yeah. So I saw it. I was like, oh, that seems like bull crap. Then I'm scrolling down a little more. Then it goes, hey, my niece works at Trader Joe's. They're giving away these gift
Oh,
baskets
boy.
for $10. All you have to do is fill out this survey. They're trying to get customer input. Here's the link, and then click on the comments. All just got my basket delivered. The food in here is great. Hundreds of them. What's scuzz buckets,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's why I know. You don't trust anything. You can't ignore it,
And it bothers me too because sometimes I'll see an ad for an actual product.
and you don't believe it.
Right. I'll give you an example of one. So I have like really bad shoulder pain, right? So I see Dan Orlovsky is a spokesperson for this piece of equipment where he's twirling this like weighted thing, and there's like
The
a
way you're doing that, you sure it's not for masturbation?
no, it's for your shoulder.
Okay.
And so I know it's an ad, but it's on Facebook, and I click on it, and all the comments are positive. But I'm like, is this real like?
Don't know.
Don't
I
know.
I don't know. It's unless you know. I mean, Dan Orlovsky's a pretty big name. Yeah, to
And he
me,
doesn't seem like he'd be involved in a crappy
you
product.
wouldn't think so. The question you have to find out is he really endorsing the product, or did AI create this? Because that's a new thing too now,
Yeah.
and it takes time to get it shut down. Unless you know the person or you're listening to the person every day and they are promoting it on that platform you watch or listen to them on, I don't know that I trust anything. I really don't.
Yeah. Because this weighted thing, this piece of equipment's $300.
Wow.
Now, if it really worked, it's worth $300.
Right.
But it also looks like they put way too much effort into the packaging of the item, where I'm like, all your money is in the packaging.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know because if it's not on TV or like I say, where you listen or know the person from, the internet is the wild, wild west. And
Yeah.
with AI now, you
Stinks.
can pretty much create anything you want and make it look as real as possible. Like, I don't know. I don't have answers for you.
Yeah, speaking of that too, I wanted to make a graphic for Cool Games.
Yes.
So, and the Tom Izzo, the computer guy around here, internet guy, he told me that Google Gemini is the best to use
Mhm.
for photographs. So I took a picture of us and I asked it to put us near a brick wall that said spray painted Cool Games, smoking cigarettes. And then Google came back and said, I'm sorry, I can't make this. I said, why? And it said, because we don't do smoking cigarettes.
That is so weird.
So I said, okay, do it without smoking cigarettes. And I gave a nice photo. But then someone else told me, they go, why don't you then take that photo that it made
Right.
and ask Grok to just make you guys have
That's a good
cigarettes?
idea.
So I said to Grok, can you make these guys smoking cigarettes? They made us African American.
Why? I mean, that's fine, but why?
By the way, we look pretty good. I
Great.
should have saved it for you. I deleted it.
Oh, okay. That's odd though. I wonder why.
Grok is very bad at, they distort faces and things. Like, it just looked weird. I was like, I just gave up on it.
I have found when you think something is a little too complicated for Grok, it does it perfectly. When you give it a simple task, it complicates it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like it'll tell you, just tell me what you want me to do. I spell it out for it, and it comes back something that looks nothing like what I'm asking for.
Right.
I know. I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's not perfected yet either.
Yeah. Noted listener Eddie Mush sent me a screen grab. He asked Grok about my name.
Yeah.
And Grok's not sure whether I'm Al Hughes or Al Dukes. Grok said there is some confusion to what his real name is.
But what's weird about that is Al Dukes has tweeted thousands and thousands of times. Al Hughes is just a funny drop and story.
Although on Twitter, my name is Al Hughes Dukes.
Oh, that's why then.
Because I didn't want, if people were searching for me and they thought my name was Al Hughes, I wanted them to be able to find me.
That makes sense. All right, so now you confused Grok.
Yeah, I guess I did, yeah.
That's on you.
Then I saw another thing about these Groks and these Google Geminis is that these scammers are making all these posts about like, hey, well, just use an example. Wells Fargo helpline number is this, and they post it so many times that if you go into Google and just search, hey, what's the Wells Fargo? God. It thinks that's the real number and gives it to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I give up.
So all these people that think AI is going to take over the world, it's stupid sometimes.
It might. But it's freaky.
It's dumb sometimes.
Yeah, dumb, and it's going to ruin us.
Do you think we'll ever be able to get to a point where you and I, in enjoying old photographs, can put ourselves not into the photograph, into the time?
No, I don't think we're time traveling.
Not in our lifetime.
No, I don't believe that exists.
Like, I'd love to be able to type into something like, send me to Bradley Beach in 1926. I would like to say hi to Babe Ruth.
That's fair. And then what happens if you get captured by a drug lord?
In 1926?
Mm-hmm. Because you have no idea what happened that day Babe Ruth was there.
No. All they have is the one photograph.
Right. What if some Red Sox fan showed up with a bow and arrow and
missed Babe Ruth
and got you?
Great.
Can you come back?
I don't know.
Exactly. You would be trapped in 1927.
Maybe.
And buried.
What about this? Maybe it already happened. The bow and arrow got me in the shoulder, which is why in this life I'm experiencing.
I think the bow and arrow
pain.
got you in your brain.
That's or my brain.
Think. Come on now. The one thing, real quick, you talk about pain. The one thing that really annoys me, you might have even posted it. I saw it somewhere, is when, people are saying, all pain is due to, mental issues.
Yes.
Sorry. When you have an x-ray that shows a, vertebrae sitting on a nerve, it's not mental. Some things I do think you can create stress for sure. And, that might warrant that conversation. A dude breaks his arm. The pain ain't coming from the stress in his body.
For sure.
And if you've got slipped discs in your back, that is not, now you want to tell me everything looks fine, but I'm telling you there's some, I agree. I think you're creating that on your own. I do think those things do exist, but you got to be fair too. Real pain does exist based on physical ailments.
Yes. Well, even the people who say it's in your mind, they will tell you the pain is real. You are actually feeling pain.
Yes.
But they think you're manifesting the pain.
And some people
on your own.
Some people could create it in their own head. I don't disagree with that. But I don't wake up every morning saying, oh God, I hope I'm not in pain today. No, I wake up, I feel the way I feel. Like, I don't even think about it. I felt great today. Didn't even give it a thought. Slept the night for the first time in, I think, 2 years.
Is that right?
I did. Go figure. Weird. Didn't get up once.
And now tonight you have Cowboys Eagles.
Yes, I'm actually leaving now.
You're doing the radio play-by-play.
I am, for Compass Media Networks.
Well, we will have all of your calls tomorrow morning.
I'll get you what I can. The shame of it is I love doing it, but when you do these primetime games, Westwood One is the primary national radio
Yes.
partner of the NFL. So I think they're on the bigger stations like FAN. I think we're on like 80 stations, but I think they're the smaller stations around the country. When Westwood One's not involved, we get a lot of coverage.
Right.
So I'll get you what I can for sure, but
All
I
right.
don't know that anybody's rolling on it here. I don't know if they can.
Well, CeeLo better find it.
I'll send them a few things.
Because the Booms tomorrow is going to say, right to CeeLo, where's the Jerry
I hope
cuts?
so.
It's going to be great.
So. It's nice to be acknowledged, and played.
Plus, we get to yell at CeeLo. It'd be fun.
That would be fun. I already sent in my picks, by the way, to G. So,
oh, perfect.
Yeah, I heard the games. We're good.
Oh, all right, good.
So,
by the way, tomorrow, cool games.
I won't be here.
Did you glance at them?
There's a lot of good ones.
Really?
A lot of good ones. I actually think this is one of the better weeks that we're going to see all season.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's actually, and now in fairness, tonight would have been one of them.
For sure.
So I will tell you, I haven't looked at the entire slate, but usually we get 3 or 4. We're happy. I think you have at least, I'm going to put the over under 6.5. I'm taking the over.
Really?
Yeah. I think you had a good set of games this weekend.
Wow.
Yep.
All right. Well, I look forward to that then tomorrow at 5:25.
Yes, sir.
Until then, see ya.